Garry Kasparov is the greatest chess player of all time. A world champion since 1985, he meets other international stars of the chess world 2 or 3 times a year, here in Vischkanzee, a Dutch seaside resort surrounded by steelworks. At nearly 40, the challenge Kasparov now faces is to resist his young assailants and prove to the world he's still the greatest. For 2 weeks, the grandmasters battle it out in a gymnasium, which has been turned into a playing hall for the occasion.
Chessboard in miniature reflects a major conflict of 2 intellects. Chess is a psychological game, it's a psychological warfare, and that's why the conflict is built in. It's about beating your opponent, to some extent it's imposing your will on him. If we are talking about top professional players, it's evident that the character is shown in the games. My chess style is aggressive. I'm very competitive. I feel that I have to win if I'm involved in the battle. When it goes to the hard fight, so I know that I have to forget all the feelings, and you know, I have to mobilize everything and ignore the personality opposite me, and just to call it enemy, quote unquote. But you know, an enemy without any characteristics. So you have to win, you have to destroy it. It, not even him and her. It.
Sometimes he makes some faces, he reacts sometimes in a strange way. When I make a move, he can make strange face, so like he didn't expect this move. But okay, and many opponents, they actually start thinking that probably they made a bad move because he didn't expect it. But for me, it's other way around. I'm happy because, then I think that he missed this move, that this is a very strong move and he missed it. So I'm happy. No, okay, I'm half joking, but in general, yeah, I don't pay any attention on it, so...
He likes to smell the fear. And there is always this extra tension when playing him. If you can control this, if you're not afraid of him, it's a very big advantage.
Many players are complaining that, you know, you look at my face and you can see a lot of things. But because I live my own life, you know, personally, I do not mind what they're doing because I established a very simple motto in my life. If I play well, I don't care what they're doing, I'll win. So that's why my personal, you know, feelings, my world, my state of mind are far more important than anything else.
I think there is always this aura about the world champion that you know, all laurels have been given to the champion. The world champion is like an emperor in chess.
has very different behavior to other players, but well, I would say that he deserved that we don't complain about it, because okay, he's a great player, and as far as I can tell you, as far as he plays chess so well, everybody would say it's okay, it's no problem. Maybe once if he lose his title, everybody says, oh come on, this guy is so arrogant, I mean this is impossible, how can he behave like this, he's not a world champion. But as far as he's a world champion, he understands also, I think himself, that people would forgive it.
Winner of the tournament once again this year, with an impressive score of 9.5 points out of a possible 13, Kasparov has proved to everyone that he's still the best. The prize-giving ceremony seems somewhat modest, at least in the eyes of the man it honors. How could anyone forget 1985? This was the year Kasparov, then aged 22, became the youngest world chess champion in history. He beat Karpov in a match lasting several months. The event made the headlines all over the world. It was the era of the Cold War, and the chess players symbolized the intellect of the two blocs. Having just been discovered by the general public, chess was at the height of its popularity in the press. Since the fall of communism, the World Chess Championships no longer attract the attention of the media. Only Kasparov's defeat against the computer Deep Blue in 1997 thrust the world of chess back into the limelight. Kasparov's real achievement, more than having become world champion, is to have held on to the title for 15 years. An unbelievably long reign, a quiet reign following a noisy coronation, a discreet reign, a reign which, to hear him, is by no means over.
So far, I don't want to think about the moment when career ends. The key moment is to realize that you cannot fight for the title. So far, I don't see anyone who could take the title from me unless, I'm destroying myself.
Kasparov cannot resign himself to seeing chess slip back into obscurity. For the past 15 years, he has done everything in his power to give chess a professional status. His dream is to see it become as popular as tennis and receive as much media coverage. He was the first chess player to hire an agent. Owen Williams, a former member of the Davis Cup organization committee, now works exclusively for Kasparov.
He pays no attention. He pays no attention to me at all. Okay.
So, I had to talk to him.
I'm planning at the moment for you to be in LA 3 days.
Yeah.
Be the simul on the 28th, the big dinner for the charity for Mentor, and you meet all the royals and all the hoody-doos, the howdy-doos, on the 29th, and then the 30th is Halloween. You'd probably leave on that day.
To New York.
Brighton, November 8th, we'll know next week for sure.
So this is if it's Brighton here, then my idea was then I go to Zurich to see William, and then go to Geneva. So that could be one trip.
Oh yes, I've got that. Lisbon, this is the details of Lisbon. It's a big chess festival from the 13th to the 21st. There's a bank sponsoring it. At 3 p.m. they want to do a press conference, followed immediately by a simul against 30 kids. 8 to 20 years of age. Sign autographs afterwards and visit the chess center and home. Usual fee plus all expenses.
So now I have to arrive on the 19th here, and we don't have time.
Yeah.
No, we don't have time. This is too
tight.
Too tight.
But I think the TV media thing will fit in there very nicely.
Yeah.
Probably need to
So
go.
but here is I'm facing a major problem at home. 28th October. So
It's Vadim's birthday? Ooh.
yeah, okay, so I understand, but
Don't get me in the middle of that.
no, it will be my responsibility. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There is no way that Garry thinks in his life in the same way as chess. In chess, he's very, very orderly. He's a genius. He's a genius on a chessboard. In his life, he's much more human. He won't like to hear me say this, but he makes mistakes. He has many different things. He's not. He'll admit to you that he's not a good businessman.
Chess is a very complicated game, but it's not as complicated as life. That's why the strategies that are successful in chess being implied for the regular life are not as successful. So that's why, for me, it's very important to recognize what part of my chess intelligence is useful for my daily life or for some important decisions that I have to take from time to time.
He carries many of the disciplines of the chessboard into his life. He likes to know what he's doing, where he's going, what time, what place. He likes to be informed, and like many people, he likes to be ahead of the game. Garry doesn't like to be surprised.
Oh, but if I go on 28th, when I come back home...
You keep telling everybody that your home is an aeroplane.
Yeah, so, but that's a figure of speech, oh, that's not meant to be true.
Officially, Kasparov lives in Moscow. In reality, he spends 7 months of the year abroad. He's the only player today to personify the game of chess in the eyes of the general public. If he's to continue to enjoy this status, he must travel constantly all around the world, attending one event after another. Star for a day in Besançon, the best player of all time, the living legend of the Game of Kings, Kasparov has come to meet his real fans, the chess club members.
Le grand champion du monde, Garry Kasparov.
One of this is no autographs during the match, no people rushing here, no.
Here, in return for a fee, Kasparov participates in a spectacular exercise practiced by all world champions. It involves playing several games simultaneously. Each of his 25 opponents, who have had to practice for weeks, can hope to play the game of his or her life, and if not achieve victory, at least tie with the champion.
I don't think that the game of chess demanded any sacrifices from me, except the fact that the childhood, as we understand and enjoy, was not fulfilled, since I had to spend more time on chess, to travel, and to enter the world of adults too early. And that's obviously the permanent presence in adults' world deprives you from enjoying the innocent happiness of the kids' world.
The uncontested score of the world champion Garry Kasparov is 25-0.
For top players, you know, never offer the draw for the grandmaster, because then you will never get it.
Oui. Alors, un conseil pour les joueurs de club, n'offrez jamais la nulle à un grand maître, puisqu'il vous l'accordera jamais.
There was one game where probably I would offer draw myself in few moves, because it was probably equal.
Alors,
but you know, when I'm off the draw, I believe it's a matter of honor to win the game.
alors, il y avait une partie qui aurait pu, si elle avait continué, j'aurais proposé nul. Which game?
Here.
À partir du moment où il m'a proposé la nulle, j'ai fait un point d'honneur à gagner la partie. Jamais proposé la nulle, attendre que le grand maître vous la propose.
If I made somebody upset, I apologize.
Si j'ai fait de la peine à quelqu'un, je m'en excuse.
Yes, very good. Yes, I was told by my people that you sent a very nice letter.
Tired of the chess world, which he believes lacks professionalism, weary of the sarcastic remarks of envious people, Kasparov stops dashing about the world for 1 month every year. Each summer, he rents a house on the Croatian coast, and year after year, he spends his days in identical fashion. The mornings are taken up with physical training. For him, each exercise is an opportunity to prove he can go beyond his limit. Everything is counted and measured.
12, хватит. Ну вот, 102 раза.
102.
Непорядка, да, так, 2 раза. Достаточно. Все, 100.
Одуреть можно. Гарик, ты не представляешь, какое это зрелище.
Держим. Достаточно.
Браво.
Ну, попробуем 60. Поехали.
Ну, поехали.
Все? Ты больше.
62 я сделал. 62.
That's why I'm still world champion at 36. That's one of the answers. Okay, so we have to go inside because we have this stuff inside.
Гарик, подними свои штаны. Это же там запишешь.
Lunch is at 2:30 every day. The entire Kasparov clan gathers together. All his loyal followers are here. Alexander Shakarov, his coach since 1973. Yuri Dokoyan, his second coach. Don Antoine Blanchapira, a close friend. Alexandra Polkovsky, his personal doctor. Nelly Denisenko, a family friend. And Klara Kasparova, his mother, the heart and soul of the group. The atmosphere in Croatia reminds her of her hometown of Baku in Azerbaijan. It was here in 1969 that Kasparov discovered chess at the age of 6.
Хорошо помнят весенний день, открытое окно на кухне, мы сидим за завтраком, было воскресенье. Накануне мы с Кимочкой, с Гарикиным отцом, решали шахматную задачу. И вот утром, значит, когда посмотрели, Ким говорит, интересно, почему не получается вот на третьем ходу что-то так? Гарри говорит, потому что надо поставить не ферзя, а коня вместо пешки. То есть это пешка превращение фигур, когда он доходит до конца. Он на него посмотрел и говорит, а ты что, шахматы знаешь? Мы его не учили шахматам совершенно. Он говорит, ну я знаю, как надо поставить мат. Тогда отец понял, что его надо учить шахматам. Через месяц, конечно, он уже прекрасно играл, и меня уже начал даже обыгрывать. Но это было тяжелое время в семье, потому что когда Гарику было 7 лет, отец его, мой муж, скончался от лимфосаркомы. Я с того момента, как Ким скончался, я, конечно, вся уже была посвящена только Гарику. Надо было найти время, организовать так, чтобы он мог очень много времени уделить и шахматам, и школьной программе, а главное, чтению книг. Конечно, один из очень важных вопросов был такой у него уже в 9 классе. Вот, верю ли я вообще в коммунизм? Ведь мы росли все-таки в обществе, где цель жизни – это было коммунистическое общество. Вот. Но здесь мы очень быстро поняли друг друга, и я сказала, что, конечно, нет, это невозможно. Он говорит, я тоже так думаю. Все, все, что было того времени, это моя борьба с общественностью в защиту моего сына. Потому что мне приходилось делать все, чтобы он не был изгоем. Его, конечно, спасли шахматы. То есть это уже отдельная статья. И если бы не эти успехи, если бы не это признание неординарности, конечно, как бы он выжил бы в те годы, понимая уже всю сущность пропаганды нашей, я не представляю.
Скажем, если даже вот такая позиция получилась, так же 3d5, слон g2, значит, пошел, скажем, слон e7, конь f3, рокировка. Нет, просто если ходит c6. Ну, не знаю, здесь конь c3 или b3 пошел. Здесь может быть конь c3 уже есть. b3 пошел.
Afternoons are devoted to mental training in the basement. Only 2 coaches and 3 computers to assist him. It has to be said that his memory is phenomenal, extraordinary. Kasparov remembers all the figures and dates he has read, all the telephone numbers he has dialed, and, of course, all the games he's played, including the simultaneous matches. He prefers not to talk about this topic, as if this physiological gift explained everything, as if it reduced him to a mere cerebral abnormality. Kasparov will go down in the history of chess as the player who brought modern technology into contact with the game. For him, this is the only way to further the popularity of chess. After computers, he's now tackling the internet. In Tel Aviv, 15 people have been developing a website named after him. Today, 6,000 miles from home, he's inaugurating the new offices.
I'm sure that this small celebration today here is just the beginning of a very, very long and successful road. I'm sure we'll build what was meant to be Club Kasparov, which is the most sophisticated 24-hour chess service for anyone who plays chess, who likes chess, who wants to know more about the game. And next generation that will enter the game of chess, I'm sure will learn chess from Club Kasparov. So that's our ultimate goal, that we'll okay, we're not going to be a monopoly like Microsoft, but we'll try to be monopoly through the competition, because I believe that we have a unique potential. We have an opportunity to benefit from Russian, Soviet chess brains, Israeli high tech, and you know, the
American money.
Yeah, money is still Israeli, but American market. So let's go ahead, let's improve our position, and let's become the dominant force in the world of chess. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So very good. So
The first move.
next.
Would you like to make that? Like to open the game here with the honorary G4?
Now you can eat it.
This move doesn't threaten white.
Kasparov takes advantage of his stay in Tel Aviv to play a simultaneous match. This time, it is sponsored by a mobile telephone company. What he finds appealing about this match is that the players will not be physically present. It's also an opportunity to try and beat his record of the number of opponents played. The level of the players is not very high, and for the first time in his life, Kasparov is participating in another game, commentating on the match. Kasparov, or the greatest serial killer of the century.
מה שאתם רואים כרגע זה בעצם המחשב שעליו משחק גרי קספרוב, הוא נמצא כרגע בראש.
So how kill him now, Shai? E6?
I think E6 is a big blow. What does he want?
He wants to check.
He wants to check.
And if we go there, he attacks again. Of course, we can escape, but King F1, Queen G3, Rook D2, so...
The king at the particular position is actually loaded, defended with many pieces, and it is absolutely no chance for a novice to look at this and understand how you can actually expose the king and attack it. But for Mr. Kasparov, he just can start unmoving these pieces by his sheer calculation. He throws some baits on one side, some baits on the other side. You suddenly see the pieces open up, and in just a magnificent concert, the king is exposed, and boom, he just brings back, he delivers the mate. So this I've seen him do, this retrograde analysis, if you'd like, this going from the target back.
You know, this knight has very limited future.
Yeah.
Didn't make a move for a long time, so I don't understand.
Provoke F6.
Imagine
Bishop
what
pair.
he's thinking now. With king on G7, he could be, in the paradise.
But
Unfortunately, his king is on the wrong side. You know, he made a mistake. You know, he forgot that his king there. Sometimes it happens. You know. So now, the big king's hunt. Oh, right. Hunting season for the king.
A world champion human player calculates in a way where their experience eliminates 99% of the garbage possibilities as far as, so the more experience you have, the more you can get directly to the point and select your candidate moves in a given position. Even a position that is incredibly complex will still offer 3, maybe 4 logical options to a strong player. A weak human player might look at the same position and say, oh, there are 9 or 10 moves here. Well, the problem is a computer has to look at every single legal move, which in any given position, okay, it could maybe be 20 or 30 different moves.
He wants to die.
He cooperates.
So we promise that this knight will be here and this one will be there.
Yeah.
So if you promise something, you better check again. See? Check again.
He
so
checks, this guy.
Rook d2.
Yeah.
Check on d4. King c2, queen e4, queen d3, and eventually we exchange the queens.
Instead of having to reinvent the wheel each time, what's the best move here? You think, oh, this is similar, even unconsciously, completely unconsciously. Not, oh, this is similar to this, so I will do this, but to see all the different elements, maybe taking from 5 or 6 different games in the past and being able to reconstruct that. And that's very, I'm not sure if it's visual so much as the pieces, because the pieces actually, the chess set itself is not actually that important to a grandmaster. They could play very, very strong without seeing the board whatsoever, so it's difficult to call it visual. I think it's, if any, I'm not sure if such a thing exists, but it would be spatial memory.
Very cruel. Shy, very cruel. No, Shy, when you have an extra rook, you should be greedy.
Greed is what kills people.
Yeah, correct. You're right.
I mean, average grandmasters were tested to know about thousands of patterns. I believe it would closely reach 10,000 different patterns in Garry's case.
By the way, we didn't give a single check yet.
Yeah, that's correct. We don't give checks.
Yeah, we'll give mate. You know, we don't. So 3 hours, 20 minutes.
25.
43 and King d8. So Shy, I think it's time to deliver the final blow. What's about rook takes c4?
Rook takes c4.
Rook takes c4.
Cruel.
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 Go.
Cruel. Cruel.
That's all work. 43. 43 in total.
43-0. Kasparov has pulled it off once again. But the day is not over yet. Owen Williams, his agent, has persuaded him to come and visit a female artist. She would like to market objects bearing the world champion's photo. Kasparov hasn't agreed yet, and he's not sure that his analytical mind, which works such wonders on the chessboard, will help him to make a decision this time.
For me, your name is art, and it will be forever.
Yeah.
It will be Kasparov art. Even on another glasses. But I try to make the cone very clear. It's a lovely present.
Very good, except it's liquor. You probably would stay away
I
from
put
liquor.
Kasparov, I changed it.
No, but wine is okay.
Wine, I
not
think
liquor.
red
Wine is
wine.
fine.
Should we call it the Kasparov wine?
Yes, yes.
It's a
It's
candle.
from the, yes.
It's a candle, but the candle will go down, yes?
No, it's not the candle, it's very good.
I like that. I like the gold.
Yes, gold,
It's
yes.
gold is good, a good
Gold
color.
and black.
It's a prestige color. It's gold, good. It's good with everything. And there is a place to write Kasparov.
Why we see? Why we see?
I know it's my mistake. I'm sorry. Something better. Isn't lovely? Tie holders or what? Isn't lovely?
Yeah, it's nice,
Huh?
yes.
It's the idea. Yes.
Gary, it'll be a twofold thing. That'll go into a store in Baku, in Almaty, in Shanghai, in Sydney, in Seattle. So that's one manufacturer who
But the
knows how
best
to...
way to sell it is in the internet.
That we can do with Garry Kasparov. Very,
Sure.
You like it, okay? We're putting you under pressure.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So Gary likes it. We have to make a business proposal.
So, I see you next week, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Okay, thank you very much. Great
Oh,
job.
and
We'll
you.
meet next week to go to the business side.
It takes a woman to notice, eh?
4 kilos.
It takes a woman to notice.
Because of the weather?
No, it's easy, no? I mean, even despite Israeli food, I'm still resisting. Yeah, 4 kilos, hours. Okay, we'll see you Monday. Or Hannah will do it, yes.
Okay.
Kasparov's life is a never-ending series of tournaments, business, projects, and all sorts of challenges. This year he has played chess with containers in Rotterdam, studied ancient manuscripts in a provincial library in France, given classes to gifted children in England, won a tournament in just 3 minutes in Frankfurt, persuaded the Israeli Minister of Education to introduce chess in schools, played a match against the entire world on the internet, and made a television commercial for a smart washing machine in Paris.
Thanks for receiving us. At least it doesn't play chess. At least it doesn't play chess.
Kasparov's many activities do not seem to have prevented him from traveling around the world of chess, where he has nothing left to prove except that he can last. The other passions of a man who feels confined in the chess world are to be found in Moscow. Kasparov only moved here in 1990. In January of that year, the Red Army invaded Azerbaijan and proceeded to massacre the inhabitants of Baku, Kasparov's hometown. Kasparov went to see Gorbachev, whom he had supported up until then. He asked him to put an end to the Russian military intervention. The answer was "Niet." So Kasparov chartered a plane and brought his entire family, his close friends and their friends to Moscow. 120 people in all. Today, they all live close to him, with the exception of his daughter, Paulina, who lives in the United States with her mother.
Как увидел капитана, начал слезать сразу. Вадик, сейчас мы пойдем домой. Сейчас домой пойдем, брат. Сейчас мы домой пойдем. Это не наше, это не твое. Что ты плачешь? Нельзя. Сейчас будешь? Сейчас. Подождать надо немножко. Что такое? Нельзя так плакать. Стыдно как. Капитан не плачет же. Ты что?
А Аргентина далеко, Вадик?
Да.
А через какую страну мы будем ехать? Через какой город будем ехать туда? Не знаешь? Да. А какая еще страна рядом с Аргентиной есть большая? Вадик. Где Данди живет? Данди где живет? А еще какая страна рядом? Куда-то? Где папа чемодан потерял? В какой стране? Не. А еще какая страна есть, где папа чемодан потерял? Куда чемодан улетел, папин? Расскажи им. Молодец.
Сколько раз был восьмой? 26?
I don't believe in life philosophy. I'm a professional player, so for me it's from the very beginning the result of the game was crucial. So I had to play to win to prove that I was right. So it has an effect on overall behavior. Yeah. No doubt whether I like it or not, but the life of a professional player, someone who spent years and years to fight for the world champions title, it marks nearly everything. But the main motto in my life is just to be involved in something where I can make a difference. I believe that I made a lot of difference for the game of chess. I believe I will make more difference for the game of chess. I believe I could make difference in a combination of chess and computers. I could make a very valuable input. I believe I could make some difference in analyzing, our past, the mixture of history and philosophy. Of course, it could be very limited because here, I'm not in my native turf. Once I believed I could make difference for my own country by joining the democratic movement and fighting communism. So it probably worked for a little bit. Later, my beliefs about being involved in Russian politics failed. So it's very unclear, what else I'll find appropriate for myself to be involved to make a difference. But I have to be involved in something if I feel my presence is making difference.
A few years after the collapse of communism, history tries to get its bearings in Moscow and to get rid of lies, manipulation and rewriting. Kasparov has found there the reason for setting a new challenge for himself. Since his childhood, he's been fascinated by the great figures of the past, and especially by Napoleon. His head is full of the historical dates he has read and therefore retained. Now he intends to propose an historical model that takes into account the unresolved problem of inaccurate dates which punctuate our history. Here, he proves the extent of his powers of logic, which are the key to his success in chess. He takes advantage of an invitation to meet the staff of a paper to air his views. Like Fomenko, a controversial mathematician who focuses public argument on paradoxes in dating, Kasparov believes that ancient history was completely fabricated in the 17th century.
Я думаю, что IQ там, конечно, повыше, чем в других организациях.
Даже слишком высокий.
Слишком высокий.
Настолько высокий,
что остальные не понимают.
Фоменко – это не единственный оригинальный создатель концепции, у которого есть четкое политическое убеждение, которое не позволяет порядочному человеку с ним вообще иметь дело. У нас еще двое.
А вы с ним общались, Фоменко?
И не буду, я вам сейчас объясню, почему.
Ну вот разница в том, что я с ним общался. Ну вот разница в том, что я с ним общался. Я знаю,
вы не знаете, просто он вам забыл сказать, что Запад на самом деле нарочно изменил нашу историю.
Правильно,
чтобы
правильно. Изменили победители. Причем они изменили всю историю, в том числе свою. Они изменяли, они победили. Запад, кстати, в данном случае протестанты представляли действительно прогресс человеческий. Единственное, как они смогли победить вот эту тюркскую, славянско-тюркскую конницу, это потому что они изобрели оружие, они сделали прогресс. Но в итоге они изменили историю, и это совершенно естественно, это то, чем занимается всегда человек. Я опять, вы уводите меня в чисто историческую тему. Да, по моим историческим взглядам российская история уникальна, потому что именно здесь существовала единственная в мире империя. Так как я считаю, что все остальные империи — это миф. Теперь интересно, что все люди, которые с этим согласны, они почему-то начинают считать, что история, которую написали в 17 веке, а историю реально написали именно в 17 веке, потому что тогда и появляется хронология. До этого человечество вообще не знало, в каком веке оно живет, потому что просто не знало, как использовать просто, систему цифр. Просто. И так вот, почему-то история, написанная в конце 16 и за весь 17 век, она является подлинной. Просто я убежден после того, что я прочитал. А я думаю, что я размажу по стенке любого историка в любых дебатах, просто я, потому что знаю больше них.
Считаете ли вы сейчас, уже после того, когда вы услышали миллионную долю того, что он может сказать, что переваривается в этой голове, как много мыслей, которые, может быть, кроме него, ну, здесь или там чуть большем круге людей, пока не переваривают то, что может, то есть тот вот десант мыслей, который он высаживает. Можно ли сейчас задать ему вопрос: Гарри Кимович, ну почему вы не баллотируетесь в президенты России? Нет, 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 вы не поняли. Альтернативу я вам говорю. Альтернативу. Ну вот это я и хотела сказать.
То, что Библия написана о России, это как-то...
Правильно.
У меня в голове не укладывается.
Библия писалась о Великой империи. Если центр империи находился где-то здесь, между там, Константинополем и Москвой, то значит об этом и писалось. Библия писалась об этом.
Не укладывается это в голову.
Совершенно понятно, что в 16-17 век в Италии все это было отштамповано. Вся антика была сделана. Почему, я думаю, невозможно отличить там, когда нормальный человек, я думаю, что специалист не отличит фигуру, ну, может быть, Микеланджело отличить, но скажем...
Микеланджело просто по почерку. Это совершенно...
Тем не менее, рядового итальянского скульптора 16 века от антики не отличить никто. Вот я бы просто проводил бы, все правильно, их делали в двух подвалах соседних просто монтировали. Большое дело, много надо, за 100 лет сделаешь сколько хочешь. А в Греции вообще ничего не было еще в тот момент.
Как не было? А там поломанные эти стоят.
Венера? В каком году Венеру Милосскую нашли, ты знаешь? Вот как бы угадай, в каком году нашли?
I don't think that people are getting superstition just by their nature. I think they are always looking for some facts to combine, and then they believe that based on these facts you can create a theory. I was born April 13, and it was natural for me to believe that I should be the 13th world champion. Karpov was the 12th world champion. So, and when I beat him in '85 and I won a title, so I obviously was looking for some more evidence. And it's easy to find evidence because the match was not over in '84 but in '85. 8 plus 5 makes 13, and then you continue this search. So to make 13 your special number makes you different from other people because many people don't like 13. So that's already a reason to be proud.
Where are you now, in the office? I'll call you at 7, 4 o'clock your time. Okay, I'll call you in 35 minutes. Okay, bye-bye. Там, нет, там на ничью еще белые играли. Король F7, H5, Король F6. Не, ничья была. А, у черных перевес был, да. Она, кстати, здесь, по-моему, тоже есть. Там тоже здесь есть. Не, она стояла, там, ну, подуматься даже, да, сразу. Подуматься на 6. Нет, ну, рыбу все равно. Нет, ну, конечно, жалко, но, конечно, практически возможности, я вижу,